Thousands of years ago, in the heart of the desert, a civilization emerged that constructed sky-high pyramids. This was the Egyptian civilization. These pyramids, built with millions of stones, still baffle scientists today. How? Without iron, without wheels, and without modern machinery, did they manage to erect such heavy stones? And when they were capable of such massive construction, what was their daily life like? What did they eat? What did they drink? Why do some of their customs still seem so mysterious? And when scientists recently sent robots into secret tunnels within the pyramids, what they found shocked the entire world. To learn about the terrifying customs of the Egyptian civilization, be sure to watch until the very end.
About 8,000 years ago, humans learned to sow seeds. In some parts of the world, people had started building small settlements. But at that time, nature was playing a terrifying game across a vast part of our planet. 11,000 BC to 5,000 BC. For 6,000 years, the Sahara was a completely different world. It was a lush savanna stretching for miles, filled with vast lakes where many nomadic hunter tribes lived in harmony with nature. We have found evidence of this at a place called Advanced Knowledge.
The shift in nature. But then, the winds changed. According to scientists, around 5500 BC, there was a slight shift in the Earth's axial tilt. Old lakes dried up into mud. Vegetation was replaced by scorching sand. Though nomadic tribes had no other path left, terrified and thirsty, people from the western desert and the arid eastern regions began to push in one direction. An astonishing sight appeared on the horizon that would change the course of human history forever. A vast, blue, calm line flowing from north to south across the Golden Desert, the Nile River. Engineering the Nile. When those tired, exhausted hunters touched the cool water, they thought their journey had ended. They had found drinking water for thousands of years. But a question remains. How did people who lived only by hunting, possessed no great technology, and had no resources, transform into a civilization curse and fled to higher ground? But a few weeks later, when the floodwaters receded, they left behind something miraculous: fertile black silt carried from the mountains of Ethiopia. The birth of agriculture.
The tribes noticed that when seeds of wheat and barley fell onto this black soil, green saplings would sprout within a few days. Starve. However, there was a problem. The floodwaters would recede and the soil would dry into rock-hard earth, killing the crops. To solve this, these primitive humans became the world's first engineers. They realized they had to retain the water. Using tools made of stone and wood, they began
the foundation of civilization. This was the first time in human history that humans brought the waters of nature under their control. This changed their lives forever. Within a few years, this irrigation system proved its power. Mountains of grain began to pile up, stored in deep underground mud warehouses. This grew and then cities. These settlements laid the foundation for the great Egyptian civilization. But as these villages grew, conflict followed. A battle for control over the most fertile land, the granaries, and the waters of the Nile had begun.